Hello everyone. It is part 2 of our round 1 Wimbledon, current Wimbledon news discussions and our fantasy team. She's laughing at me because the sun's so bright in my face. I have to wear this hat because I've had some operations on my face because of the sun. So I got to put this hat on. So I'm going to roll with this hat. We're good?
It's cooled down a bit, so it's better.
Yeah, it's better. I had the towel for the last video because it was really hot, but it's gotten a little cooler here. So I'm going to stick with the wide brim for the second video, and I'm going to diss the towel.
Okay, sounds good.
Is that
I
cool?
was about to say you look pretty funny with that.
Look, man, I don't care. The only person I got to press is you, right?
Right.
I'm talking about. My soldier in crime right here. All right, that's how I look at it. I mean, hey, positive energy, good thoughts, and the only person I got to press is her, and I already got her. So I can just do whatever, right? As long as I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. All right, so we're going to jump right back into the Wimbledon scores and results and our fantasy team updates for today, which is the end of round 1, right?
Yes, it's the end of, we're going into the second round.
Yeah, second round.
So it's going to get more competitive.
All right.
For you and I and for the players
And
at Wimbledon.
And you did like the Spanish I learned, right?
Yeah, that was great.
So in the last video,
awesome.
I just dropped some Spanish on her that she hadn't quite grasped, that I can really understand it, and I'm learning to speak it. But I'm starting to drop some of that stuff on her, and I got her.
Well, good for you. It's always good to be bilingual.
Yeah, there you go. So that was on the women's video just before. So if you want to see the women's results, you can check out the Spanish fun there. All right, so part 2, this is men's. See the women's on the previous video, jumping right into men's action, right into men's scores, notable wins and losses, and matches tomorrow. All right, here we go. Number 20 seed, Carreño Busta lost in 5 sets, 6-1 in the 5th. And this match was carried over from yesterday, so it was the top half of the draw. And 2 of my sons, we have three boys, 2 girls, but 2 of my sons that are old enough to play picked Carreño Busta. I warned them. I said, man, you're better off with Isner before you pick that guy, on grass, that is. And they paid the price for it today. So Carreño Busta lost.
I didn't really expect him to lose at the first round. Actually, my oldest one asked me, would you pick Carreño Busta? I said, sure. I mean, he doesn't have your typical Spaniard game. He doesn't quite play that defense tennis. He has the one-handed backhand. He comes into the net a lot, so I thought he would win his first round. I'm shocked he lost.
Well, I think he was down 3-1 or 1-3 in the 5th, heading or with his opponent serving yesterday. So, I mean, pretty much it was probably guy came out, held serve 4-1, and then obviously he dropped his and the guy served it out. So, hey, again, I didn't have him going far in this tournament. I don't even know why Jonathan and Chris picked him. If it would have been maybe the U.S. Open, or maybe for some reason a weird draw on like an ATP Masters 1000 tournament, but in Wimbledon, a field of 164,
he's still a pretty good player. He
Good
was
player,
in the
but
top
I wouldn't
10
have picked
last
him.
year.
All right, pushing forward, her boy Shapovalov, who and I've said this a million times, she thinks that Shapovalov is going to be the next number 1 in the world, and I just do not think so unless his backhand gets worked on. He flops open. I've said this before. He hits it, and instead of meeting it and transitioning forward and through it, watch Wawrinka, watch Federer, watch even Gasquet, watch even Duty Salo, the Israeli, hit it, bow, forward through it. Shapovalov tends to hit it, and then still transitions weight, but he flops his arm all the way around his body. If that doesn't get better, I think it's going to be a vulnerable wing for him for a very long time. So hopefully he can go through it and not hit and flop so far open.
Well, he gets away with it right now because he's a very powerful kid. He hits really hard. I was happy to see that he won. I mean, he lost against Chardy in the last grass tournament, so he beat him in 4 sets. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, good job, Shapovalov. Seriously.
Good test for him.
I mean, great job. Chardy is no joke. First of all, Chardy's a good player, and he's been around a long time. Good job, Shapovalov, to win here. I always give her drama about Shapovalov being the next number 1 in the world, and she has thought Dolgopolov would be the next number 1 in the world, and I always have my different choices. So when she has a choice of number 1 in the world and I don't agree with it, I tend to kind of beat her up about it. So good for you, Shapovalov. I hope this becomes more consistent because it's been a rather inconsistent season for you so far.
Sure.
So unless you want to change my mind about you being number one in the world, no disrespect, Shapovalov, good win over a very good player. Be more consistent with your wins and be more consistent with your backhand and pulling up and away and flopping open.
Can I have that draw for a second?
All right.
I like to see who he plays next.
All right, draws. She has the draws. So moving forward, Novak Djokovic destroyed Sandgren today. I think the guy's first name is Tennis or something. I don't know. I've seen him play a few times. Not a fan. I don't think he has much of a game in terms of. Well, let me rewind. Yesterday, I told you Djokovic should beat him like 1-0-2, right?
Which he almost did.
And I think he pretty much did that.
He pretty much
destroyed him. Go, Djokovic. I'm pulling for you. You've been through a lot. I know we all have. Life is tough. It is tough. Believe me, with 5 kids and a Spanish woman, it is tough. But Djokovic, let's go. You can win this.
Wait. With a Spanish woman?
Oh, you guys are tough. They're tough. They are tough. You have been warned. They are tough. Djokovic, though? Oh, you tell me you're not tough?
On the tennis court, yeah, of course.
Okay, in the kitchen, when you tell me tough... Wait a minute.
Anyways,
no. Okay, no, she's calling me out.
We're supposed to be tough.
We met, and one of the kind of the date questions was, do you speak Spanish? I'm like, nah. So she wrote me some note cards. 5 note cards. Tell me I'm lying. She gave me 5 note cards, written in Spanish only, and I had to kind of figure out what they said, so I tried.
No, I was helping you out with your Spanish. I was trying to teach you Spanish.
You know what these note cards said? Marry me, take out the trash, pour me some orange juice, and what was the other translation?
I can't remember.
Yeah, marry me, take out the trash, and pour me some orange juice.
I don't ask you to pour me orange juice.
Oh, you see this? I'm just playing. I really admire her for that. Tenacity and fight. That's why I beat her on the tennis court all the time, because she gets too argumentative and she dumps balls in the net too much.
If you watch some of our videos where him and I hit, I can outplay him if I want to.
My footwork's way better than hers.
That's not true. No.
Huh?
No.
You can't even return my serve.
Are you serious? I'm a girl and I return your serve. I stand back there and I actually pound it in your face. I've done it in front of your father.
Okay, now it's getting freaking genetic. All right, okay, so...
I've done it in front of my kids' friends on top of that. So anyways, I'm not scared of your serve.
Look, all I know is tomorrow, even with, look, I played doubles today and I felt all right, but I can beat you all right.
Okay, stop dreaming.
All right, we're going to push forward. Djokovic, you can win this tournament, and even if I lost my run at Wimbledon for fantasy for my 5th straight and Djokovic won, I'd be pretty happy for him. He deserves it. Come on, Djokovic, let's go.
I mean, yeah, I like Djokovic.
I do too.
But I like Federer and Nadal better, so they're a lot more humble, a lot more polite than Djokovic. Maybe Djokovic, after going through this injury, maybe now he'll be more humble and he'll understand that you can't be the type of guy that's in players' faces, because I hate when he does that. He's like, I really hate that.
My Djokovic history is I never, in his early stages, I wasn't a huge fan because I was a big Federer fan. I still am. I went to the U.S. Open in 2007 and had the opportunity to hang around some stringers and to watch a lot of matches, including Jerzy Janowicz play Wawrinka in the final juniors. I got to see Henin, I think it was Kuznetsova, and I think Serena lost to Henin in the semis. I got to see Federer play Djokovic. I think Djokovic lost that match to Federer in 2007. I think it was 7-6, 7-6, 7-5, give or take, but I think that's right on point. He was always a bad boy, man, but I think Djokovic got dealt some of that good old life is tough and took maybe a wrong turn or two or a wrong coach or two. But I really think he's getting his passion back, and I really hope that he does well.
Sure, I hope the best for him, too. I mean, I like him a lot better than Kyrgios, so.
Good job, Djokovic. All right, moving forward. Benoit Pierre won in 3 sets over a lucky loser. I only mention that because he is an unseeded player that one of my sons have on his fantasy team. My wife thinks he's a handsome young man.
Yeah, he's handsome, but...
Fair enough.
Oh, that's about it.
Fair enough.
He was supposed to play Murray.
Yeah, he was supposed to play Murray first round.
So he got the lucky loser. And tomorrow, he faces, not tomorrow, but the day after, Shapovalov. So I'm rooting for Shapovalov.
Yeah, I mean, good job, Pierre. I agree. I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Pierre's a good-looking young man.
Sure.
And I think he's a good I think he's a good athlete, and I think he's a good tennis player. He has good court conduct. I
He
think
could do so much more.
I think his hair's silver, right?
I don't. He's got some funky style, but that's him. And usually the French guys, they have their own. They're unique about their style.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
they're funky. Even Monfils got his own little hairstyle, the way he walks, his swag. Gasquet is kind of. But they even there was Clement.
Roberto Clement.
Yeah, he was a.
No, that was a baseball player.
No, there's a player. Remember, it was Grosjean, and back in the late 2000s.
Sean Grosjean.
And then there was Arnaud Clemente. I don't remember his. I would have to look it up. But
okay.
These were two French players that played during the Sampras era, Agassi era.
I got a trivia question. Mm-hmm. Vlad, this is for Vlad the Music Box. Vlad the Music Box. If you're watching this, I'm sure that you are. Who are the French players? Who are they? Sean Grosjean. I think that's one. I think there was an Arnaud Clemente.
Something like
that. And I think there was another proverbial four horsemen of the days of old, of French players. What are they? I'm sure Vlad could find this out.
I mean, these French guys, they have style. Sanga's got style too.
Yeah. By the way, when we talk sports, we do look up the information for the matches, but most of the historical stuff, when we first met from afar and were coaching, we spoke from long distance over the phone, and we'd stay up all night doing tennis trivia. So we'd have both tennis dictionaries in front of us. So for about half a year, for hours every night, we would do tennis trivia. But I don't recall those four modern four horsemen. Right?
I don't. But like I said, Pierre has his own style, and he could be so much better. He really could.
All right, so pushing forward, another Frenchman today, and I've mentioned Julien Benneteau a couple times. He could have been my unseeded player, along with Kachanov, along with Muller, and along with Tomic, who all four of them won. But Benneteau won today in 3 sets on his last year on the men's tour, a veteran, and I'm not even going to say a journeyman, a veteran that's been on tour and has been on a lot of journeys. How about that?
Well, good for him. Great job. He plays Tiafoe. That's his next match.
Hey, good knowledge drop. Tiafoe, Benneteau tomorrow.
Tiafoe, yeah.
I like Benneteau here.
Not tomorrow, but the day after.
Another Frenchman, Gilles Simon, won today in 3 sets. Unseeded, but irrelevant on the French player conversation going forward.
Correct.
Misha Zverev, Sasha Zverev, or Alexander Zverev's older brother, lost today in straight sets. Serve and volley, I expected him to win a couple of rounds. I didn't pick him as my unseeded player, but one of my sons did, so that helped me yet again.
I really thought he would get through this first round. I'm shocked he lost.
Yeah, good serve and volley.
I mean, this is his best surface. He should have taken advantage of it.
All right. Here's one that I'm going to dwell for about 2 minutes on. Number 18, Jack Sock, loses in 5 sets. About 5 or 6 videos ago, we were talking about Jack Sock, and we discussed him and how his fitness looked. He had a little beer belly poking out, right?
Yes, he did.
You can't go 5 sets with the beer belly and expect to win. You just cannot. At least shave like the facial hair. Maybe you did. I didn't see the match, but I think I saw facial hair like Paul Bunyan. You were just missing an ox with a beer belly sticking out a couple of tournaments ago. Maybe I was dreaming that, but I don't think so. Was I dreaming?
No.
Did he have a beer belly and a beard?
Yes, he looked pretty.
Not
fit for a tennis
player.
player.
I guess I get it. Not really, because if I grow a beard, I make sure I don't have a beer belly. I don't really have it either.
Well, Pierre has the beard, but he's
Pierre's
he's
ripped
in
up.
shape. He's in shape.
Pierre's a specimen.
Yes, he is.
Pierre's ripped up from head to toe, probably 4%, 5% body fat. Specimen. Sock looks a little soft and hairy, and look, you can't go deep in 5 sets.
Well, not professional tennis. There's nothing wrong with looking like that. Just not at that level, especially the men.
Yeah, whoever your trainer is, man, tell him to go easy on the beer.
I don't think it's even beer.
Well, take out the breads or take out the whatever you got to take up. Add the footsteps, decrease the footsteps, add the protein, decrease the carbs, decrease whatever it is. But lose the beer belly, get rid of the beard, get ready to fight because it's tough to go deep with that. Anyway, there's my 2 minutes. Not surprising.
And since he lost, I mean, they opened up that whole draw. That whole section is now open thanks to them. Thanks to Goffin losing today and thanks to Sock. Anybody can take that now.
Goffin's been rocky for a while, but Sock, I wouldn't have bet on Sock to win one match after the beer belly and the beard. I wouldn't have wasted a dime on.
Sure, but look, because
Doesn't even matter.
both of those guys lost, Simone has a great chance
Come on,
now,
Simone.
and Ebden from Australia has a great chance now.
Hey.
They both have a good shot to get to the third, fourth round now.
Interesting Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Lose the beer belly. She just mentioned Goffin lost to Ebden today in 3. Goffin's been rocky this year. I can't really say I'm shocked about that. I mean, he's had his times, but
He's been injured, Justin.
Yeah, his times have been less
A lot of
frequent.
injuries. Lots.
Yeah, he had like a tweaked ankle, I think, and then automatically tweaked a different ankle the next time or something. Wrist or something. So, Goffin's really an elegant player to watch. Again, I'm a one-handed backhand fan. He hits the 2, but no disrespect there. He's really a fun player to watch, and unfortunately, he's had some tough spills.
Yes.
So we wish him well. So Goffin, get healthy, and hopefully we see you soon. Don't rush the U.S. Open. Don't worry about the ATP at the end of the year. Let's get set for Australia and get healthy until then. I like Goffin a lot.
I do too. He's a gentleman on the court.
Good job, Ebden, for the win. Kukushkin, unseeded, sailed through Pospisil, the Canadian player, in 4 sets. I only mentioned that because Kukushkin we spoke about. Pospisil is a promising Canadian player that's been at Wimbledon a few times before and had some wins, but no surprise here. But Kukushkin, I'm pulling for you.
No, haven't they both been around the tour for a while?
Yeah, they've been around a while. All right, Fabio Fognini won in 4 sets. I don't have him going much further. I haven't really been a huge Fognini fan. I like him. I know he's a steward. I think he's got a girlfriend that is an Italian player.
He's got a wife and a child with Panetta, the U.S. Open champion.
See, we have Thiem that goes out with one girl. We have Wawrinka that goes out with Vekic. We have Thiem that goes out with Mladenovic. And then we have, who did I just say?
Fabiano
yeah,
goes out with, his wife is Panetta.
Yeah, Fognini is married to Panetta, who I think won a U.S. Open.
And retired.
What?
Now they have a shot together, so.
Dropping knowledge. Kachanov, he's on my fantasy team. 1 in 4 sets against David Ferrer. I'm still trying to figure out if you say David Ferrer or David Ferrer.
Well, David is in Spanish, David's English.
Well, here's the difference.
He's Spanish, David.
When I read Garbine Muguruza, I say Garbine Muguruza, but every time people from the same country say Muguruza, they say Muguruza. Muguruza. I'm going to say Muguruza. What would you say?
I like Muguruza better.
All right, so David.
Being that she's from really Venezuela. But
there you go.
But left to Spain to train, so.
I like Muguruza a lot. Not going back to women's, but I like her a lot. But I picked Kachanov, and he won in 4 sets. He's my unseeded player. And again, I did pick another unseeded player, Muller, to go deep, and he won as well. So I'm excited about that. Muller has a big match tomorrow, actually. We'll get to that. Cecchinato lost in 4 sets. I talked about Cecchinato yesterday. Cecchinato had a deep run at the French. It jumped him up to the 29 seed at this tournament. Am I correct? Yeah, 29 seed. And he lost. I did mention yesterday, he's a good kid, great story and everything, but he is not a top 32 player, and there's no one that's going to persuade me to say otherwise, and his result today was proof of what I said yesterday.
Well, you're right. I mean, I don't know why they gave him such a high ranking. They should have left him unseeded, because that hurts him. That kind of hurts him.
Yeah, I mean,
he can't make points, you know?
Yeah, it's like a psychology drainer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good kid.
Great player on clay.
Beautiful backhand.
Yeah, great on clay.
Great game. But when he had the 29 seed at Wimbledon, I was like, huh?
They should have given that to Monfils, who's had a better record on Wimbledon.
Give it to Monfils. Good job, Monfils. I love you, man. Stay strong, Monfils. Nadal cruised right through Duty Sela today. I love Sela's backhand, but Nadal way too much. I'll move forward.
Oh, Nadal smoked him. He looked good. Good warm-up for him.
Yeah, good warm-up.
I don't think he even sweated, though.
Good warm-up match. Again, I had Nadal on my fantasy team, picked him up, threw him out the trash, and then picked up Dimitrov. And Dimitrov lost me yesterday. If it wasn't for that switch, I'd still have a complete men's team, only two women down on the women's side, and I'd be in the cruiser seat for my 5th Wimbledon. But I threw Dimitrov in, took Nadal out, and because of that, I lost my only man. But because of her acute losses today, I'm back in the driver's seat anyway. So, Vivek, no worries, bro. All right, Verdasco, the number 30 seed, lost to the U.S. player Tiafoe today. Good job, Tiafoe, but I don't know if Tiafoe will win the next round. Verdasco, I thought, would win this. Veteran, really crafty player, digs deep, but Tiafoe dug deeper.
I'm glad for Tiafoe that he won that. I mean, great for him. Gives him more confidence going into the next round. I was trying to see who he plays on the next round. I can't find him.
I have it written.
You do?
Yeah, I have it written. It's coming up. coming up.
Okay.
You can keep looking, but it's coming up. So, Alexander Zverev, a.k.a. Sasha, I think that's short for this name in their respective country, defeated Duckworth with a bagel in the third. I'm not going to dwell too much time there. Zverev.
Well, he should have beat him.
Yeah, he should have done that. I'm not saying he should have bageled him. I mean, I'm glad it happened. I'm not glad it happened, but I'm not surprised it happened. But I still don't have Zverev making the final here. He could, and if so, good for you. It's time that you jump on that Borges stage, right?
Actually, you know, I'm going back to Tiafoe. His draw opened up, and so did Kachanov because of Thiem's loss today and Verdasco's loss. So either one can do well in that
Let's
tournament.
go. Again,
and Beneteau, too.
Yeah, and oddly enough, personally, I'm not being humble for a second because you can check the history. The past week, I've been talking about Beneteau. I've been talking about Tomic. I have been talking about Kachanov. All three of them. And Muller. Well, we both talked about Muller, so I can't single that one out. But Kachanov, Muller,
Tomic.
Beneteau, and Tomic.
Yeah.
And they have all won. So good job to these guys, and good job for Tomic to maturing a bit here. So, moving forward, though, again, we just talked about Zverev. Fritz, I think his name's Taylor Fritz.
Yeah.
Wins in 4 sets today. Good job, U.S. player. I don't know what will happen next round. It may not be too good, but hey, keep fighting, right?
Well, he faces Alexander Severbev, the next round. Yeah.
Fritz, you can make noise here.
Sure. He's vulnerable.
Yeah, but if we're gonna play the same tennis as every other American player, then you're gonna have a long day. Change it up. Let's cut in some slices. Let's cut in some drop shots. Let's hit top spin. Let's chip and charge. Let's serve and volley. Let's
Just
bring
be aggressive.
Let's bring them in and lob them. Go for your shots. Open the court up. Don't get pissed off. And you may have a chance. You never know.
You think he'll remember all that?
And don't necessarily go for too much on your first serve and go out and don't cough up like 12 double faults. A couple's okay. Don't try to ace on the first and then make sure and go for too much positioning on your second because you're going to cough up double faults that way playing someone like him. And Zverev's going to come in and just drill your second serve anyway. So you may just want to kind of do 75% and 75% on first and second just to keep some pressure on them, back them up a little bit, neutral out the point, and then take the court on.
Whew, that's a lot.
Good luck anyway, man. It's going to be a long day. Klon, another U.S. player, takes out Sugita, who is a Japanese, very good grass court player. I'm surprised Klon defeated Sugita today, but good job, Klon.
He's got a tough round next one. He faces Edmund, my player.
Oh, that's right. She's going deep with Edmund. She's a fan of the British player Edmund. I'm a fan of his humility, his court conduct, but I still haven't seen the amount of tennis game in him and enough fight in his eyes. She says she's seen it. I just haven't. But then again, she thought Dolgopolov had that in his eyes, and she thinks Shapovalov has that in his eyes. And now she thinks Edmund has it in his eyes. In all honesty, I still don't know who is going to be the next, big thing. There's been a lot along the way. Currently, right now, I really like Coric, but I'm not biting that one off. I'm just saying he's a good player. I think he has more potential than the rest of the lot. But that's just me. But do I see any hot shot on tour right now that can be super great? Kyrgios could be, but his attitude's crazy. He can't stay focused. He's already said he's going to retire from tennis in 5 years. He does crazy gestures on the sidelines. If he could mature like really quickly, like maybe go to college while he's on tour and like maybe get a nice girlfriend and like
he doesn't need the girlfriend.
Concentrate
on the tennis.
A nice wholesome girl like Mirka or. Somebody that can just kind of stable him down. Mommy can only do so much, and he could be really great. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Edmund, that was the next story. He won. She just mentioned that. Yay, good job, Edmund. Next up was 15 seed Kyrgios. He won. And I just kind of mentioned this, and now we're going to go back to it for a second. He said he would retire in 5 years. My thought is, why play then? Why play? You're going to retire in 5?
I just think it's something for him. It's something else for him. Just more talk. He likes to be in the line. He just loves the media. He just wants to talk. That's all it is.
So isn't the whole point of playing this sport to?
He said that several years ago too.
Isn't the whole point of being an athlete though is to be like the best, like LeBron or Jordan
but Justin,
or
he
Serena?
says a lot of stuff. He said many years ago, "Oh, I don't even enjoy playing tennis." Don't believe everything he says.
Well, Nick, if you ever see this, you could be one of the best, but unfortunately, your short-term attitude is whack. But good luck. I have you on my fantasy team, and I have you making a final. So let's go. And by the way, I think he hit a ball girl today or something, and it was trivial, and he was actually a gentleman to her. So hey, we got signs that he might be growing up. Good job on that, Kyrgios. Good job on that one, man. Good sportsmanship there. Tomic won. We mentioned that. Gulbis won in 5 sets today. I'm speeding up because we're running out of time. Gulbis won in 5 sets against a British guy, Clark. A good win for Gulbis. Followed Gulbis for years. I know she has too. Good win.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I mean, like I said, he can shock anybody.
Feliciano Lopez won today. A veteran of long time. One of her favorite players. Beautiful,
straight sets.
Beautiful game, straight sets. Good job, Feliciano. Keep it up, bro. Del Potro won today in 3. Cruz, she has him on his fantasy team. I hope that he does well.
You look good. You look good out there.
Good job, Del Po.
Look solid.
I like Del Po.
Yeah, me too.
I like Del Po.
I didn't like him in the beginning, but now I like him.
He hurt me in the U.S. Open where he beat Federer. That match went really askew. He beat, what was that, the U.S. Open? He was down 2 sets, came back and won?
Yeah, I thought Federer had that one.
That one hurt me. Nishikori, the 24 seed, defeated Ryan Harrison's younger brother, Christian Harrison, today in 4. No surprises here. I don't think Nishikori goes deep, though.
No, I don't think so either.
Last completed match notable, Zumur DZU MHUR, the 27 seed, won in 3 sets from a gentleman from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Good job for Zumur. I only mention that because he's seeded. I don't have any going further.
Well, he'll meet Gulbis, which will be a tough test for him in the next round.
Good job, Gulbis. Excited about you. So, we're going to jump into notable matches tomorrow. I think we've got about 5 minutes.
You think you can get it done?
I know it's hot. I'm going to pull out the towel, sweat wipe, and we're going to get right back into this. Notable matches tomorrow, second round men's.
You've got the string hanging up.
And that's what friends are for. All right.
Oh, wow, you're a singer too. Weatherman, singer, tennis commentator, tennis player. Woo.
Tell you what. All right, here we go. Lucas Pouille, he's a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Just talking about
Don't
Frenchmen.
you have him in your drawer?
I have Pouille.
Oh, okay.
He plays a guy last name Novak. Heard the name Novak for a long time. I think there was a Novak that coached here at South Alabama on the for the men's tennis team. I think men's and women's that did a great job here in Alabama. I don't think there's any correlation, but I think Pouille runs through this match.
Definitely agree.
Raonic, the number 13 seed, takes on Millman. Millman's been hanging around a long time. Australian player. Watch the Wasp over there. Anyway, Millman's done well. I think Raonic will go through this as long as it serves on. If Raonic serves on, he can win the whole tournament.
I think Raonic will get through this. I mean, it'll be a good practice match for him.
Raonic wins that, I think, pretty easily, and if not, good job, Millman. But I probably won't watch that match. Maybe if it's on, I'll kind of like glance at it while working or stringing rackets or something, but I probably won't study that one too much. Manarino, the Frenchman, who's had a good grass season. I think he won a tournament in Turkey, or I know he made a final. I know he beat Monfils there. His countryman plays Ryan Harrison tomorrow. Well, the American player, Ryan Harrison is one of the players like Isner that's been a veteran on the U.S. team for a while. Some big accomplishments, yes, but about, I guess you could say, minimal on the world stage. Isner's had some good ones, but I think Isner and Harrison are probably our 2 best American players right now, which is unfortunate on the men's side. The women are much better, but Harrison, I don't expect to beat Manarino.
He could.
He could.
I mean, he could. It's not like Manarino's a heavy hitter. I mean, he has a good chance.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Harrison, I've watched him play a lot of matches, and I think Harrison seems to be a good, well-rounded guy. His conduct is pretty darn good on the court.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
And let's be real, so is Isner's too. I only mention that because I'm hard on the American tennis players, and I think they're the 2 that actually have a sense of manhood in them, but both are still kind of marginal on the big stage for me. But good luck to both of you, and good luck to Harrison tomorrow. I think that Manarino will win. Daniil Medvedev plays Garcia Lopez. Medvedev beats someone in the first round big. He beat my play. No. Who did Medvedev beat? Koric?
I think so. Let me see.
Anyway, Medvedev, we're going to run out of time. So Medvedev plays Garcia Lopez. Watch out for Medvedev. Daniil Medvedev, I've talked about him for a while. He comes from a household of tennis. He could be
yes,
good.
Yes, he did. He beat Coric.
He beat Coric, who
Yes.
beat Federer in the last tournament. Watch out for Medvedev. That's a good match. Sam Querrey plays Stakhovsky. Stakhovsky's beating Nadal.
Go Sam Querrey.
Go Querrey. I'm rooting for you. And I forgot to mention Querrey. I was talking about our best U.S. players.
Yeah, those are your two best U.S. players, actually.
Querrey,
Isner and Querrey.
And then
yes.
Ryan Harrison's hanging in there.
Yeah.
Be careful, Querrey with Stakhovsky, though.
He's beating Nadal.
He's good. Monfils plays Paolo Lorenzi. Paolo Lorenzi's a veteran. Monfils is a veteran Frenchman. I'm going with Monfils here.
Same here. I think he should win in 3 sets unless he wants to clown around and just make it fun for the crowd like he usually does.
So, Monfils could win the whole thing. So, pushing forward because of time. McDonald, a U.S. player. Tomorrow I mention him because he plays a Chilean player, Jari. Not a big deal for me.
No, but I think both of them are young, so whoever wins there, good luck to you.
All right, so Karlovic, a big server, plays Struff tomorrow. Federer plays Lacko. Tsitsipas plays Jared Donaldson, another U.S. player. Philip Kohlschreiber plays Gals Muller, another unseeded player of mine. Wawrinka
That's
plays.
a tough match.
Yeah,
Muller
and a good
Kohlschreiber is going to be a good match.
Wawrinka plays Fabiano. Tomorrow, go Wawrinka. And a big shout out to Vlad the Music Box for again correcting me for the Wawrinka major count, which was 3 and not 2. Only missing Wimbledon at his 4th for his chance to get all 4. By the way, tomorrow Marin Cilic plays Pella, P-E-L-L-A. Hopefully that's a good match. I think Cilic will cruise. Wrapping it up though, again my phone zonks out at 33 and we're at like 32. Fantasy team rundown, men's and women's. Dad is down Dimitrov, Sloane Stevens, and Kvitova, and all my finals are intact, so I'm down -3. Carla has the entire men's team. Great job.
Woohoo!
She's lost no men. However, she's lost Kvitova, Stevens, and Sharapova, as well as one of her finalist picks, who is Kvitova, and her female draw winner, Kvitova. So she's down 5 points. Chris, one of my sons, lost Carreno Busta, Gasquet. Final still intact. Kvitova, Sloane Stevens, and Sharapova. And he lost his finalist and winner in Kvitova. So he's down 7 points. Jonathan, my other son, one of 3 sons and 2 daughters, lost Thiem, Carreno Busta, Misha Zverev, Kvitova, Stevens, and Sevitsova.
That's a lot.
And lost his finalist, but not the winner. So he's down 8 points. Dad's in the lead, baby. Let's go.
But tomorrow, I will be in the lead. You'll see.
Click a like below, subscribe below, and for now, I'm hot. It's been a long day, a good day, but hey, we'll see you tomorrow, and let's go.
Adios.
Adios.